If you want to support Black-owned and operated businesses in the Grand Strand area and beyond, check out thenetworkconnects.com for a complete list of establishments in our local area. Our network connects Black businesses to community for a wide range of services, products, organizations, and resources that are viable in the African American community. You'll find a wide range of products and services that'll fit your needs, along with information about events and happenings around the local communities. Check out thenetworkconnects.com, connecting Black businesses to community. Thenetworkconnects.com.
How are you?
All right. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I know you've had a pretty busy day.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy week. Actually.
Busy week, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, glad we made it through. You know, Friday's my favorite day of the week.
Yes. Mine too.
All right. So there's a lot happening in the world of COVID. But before we get started, of course, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. I'm April Garner, the founder of the network, and welcome to the Network Live. We have today, and I cannot wait to get to all of the wonderful things that we are going to showcase today, aside from, of course, our COVID-19 updates from our wonderful Dr. Winston D. McIver Jr., owner of Waccamaw Primary Care and primary physician in his establishment. And we've been doing this for now about 8 or 9 months or something to that effect. And we're just going to keep doing what we do, bringing you the facts, the science, and everything you need to know about COVID-19 as far as South Carolina and the U.S. and even the world. Today, we also are going to have a second feature for my cool Christmas gift ideas segment. Last week, we had some great businesses that are represented on the networkconnects.com. Of course, you saw the trailer for that website just before the show, and I will show it again so that everyone can become familiar with the website. It is a Black business directory here in Horry County, basically, but there are Black businesses represented from Horry County, Georgetown County, Marion County, Williamsburg County, Brunswick County, you name it. Actually, I have some from even out of this state. And I think that's a great thing. We want to know where to find Black businesses so we can support young entrepreneurs in our communities. And so please support Black businesses this Christmas season. And we're going to share with you some great Christmas gift giving ideas. So I know that Dr. Mack has pulled together some great information. And, when we get ready to get into that, what you're going to see are 2 slide decks that contain some graphs and charts, as always, with information and numbers that Dr. Mack has compiled for us. I do want to thank the Emmanuel 9 Memorial Foundation for allowing us to be a destination on their Facebook page. Of course, the Emmanuel 9 Memorial Foundation is out of Charleston, South Carolina, and represents Mother Emanuel Church and the Emmanuel 9 families that were, of course, they're representing since the tragedy that happened in Charleston. So we thank them for being a part of this broadcast every week. And we're going to have some information from them a little bit later on, probably in another broadcast about what they're doing as a campaign to continue to raise money for that Memorial Foundation. So as always, I want to remind viewers that if you have any questions or any comments for our viewers, if you want to encourage them, just make sure that you put them in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, typically Dr. Mack and I will try to get to all comments and questions. We're kind of toggling between pages and whatnot, and we'll try to address everything as much as possible. Our viewers, I believe, our guests can see the comments as well, so they may even, mention some things. But we definitely want you to ask your questions, especially of Dr. Mack, if you have any concerns right now. And while he's here, he will be able to answer those questions for us. So, Dr. Mack, are you ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen. And why don't we start with, you want to start with slide deck number 1, the U.S. and South Carolina?
Yeah, let's start with slide 1.
Okay. One. All right.
Okay. So, so basically, let's start with slide the 4th one first.
The 4th one first?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
South Carolina?
Oh, I'm sorry. The first one was U.S.
Yeah, the first one.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, great. Right. So basically, you know, for people that are new to the program here, basically what I try to do is succinctly try to get numbers so people can understand exactly what's going on. There's a lot of different numbers that are going around. There's a lot of different sources that are out there. I only use the ones that are reputable, ones that are credible, ones that have been valid and reliable in what they're doing, and basically non-biased sources. So in other words, in this first slide, it basically gives a snapshot of what's going on in the United States to date. Okay. And as we see, the total number of reported cases in the United States is over 15 million cases. We're approaching 16 million. There's 15 million cases. And the 14-day average has gone up 28% in the number of cases. Now, this slide is a very scary slide, very worrisome slide at the rate and the slope with which we're seeing these numbers go up. But the cases have gone up 28% in the last 14 days. The number of deaths now, we're approaching 300,000 deaths in the United States. Yesterday, there was a little under 3,000 deaths. Over the last 14 days, we've had a 49% increase in deaths in the United States. Over the last 14 days, almost a 50% increase in deaths. And also the last part on this slide, it shows that there's over 107,000 people hospitalized right now with COVID. That number has gone up 20% in the last 14 days. So again, these are things we knew or felt that were going to happen, but just maybe not at this rate of rise at which they're going up. The one thing about it that I do want to mention, that middle column where it says deaths, Wednesday was a record number of deaths in the United States. There were over 3,000 deaths. That would be the equivalent of 15 737 airplanes crashing on Wednesday. 15 737 planes crashing on Wednesday. That's the equivalent to what the number of deaths were on Wednesday. So now we're hitting consistently above 2,500 deaths per day. Very worrisome. This is real. These numbers aren't just because we're testing more, because we are testing a little bit more. We're still not testing as much as we need to in these areas, but the testing has gone up, but we still are under testing. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay. But almost 50% increase in deaths in the last 14 days in the United States. Okay. Next slide. Next slide just kind of gives a diagram in the United States on where the cases are increasing. The darker the color, the more activity they're having as far as cases that are being seen. The lighter the color, the less number of cases, but it's still too many across the country worldwide. Too many across the country. Even though we're having some areas that are worse than others, we still are hot. This is hot all over. Okay. Some places are on fire, but this is hot all over. Next slide. Next slide talks about the new reported cases per day and talks about, so as we see, those numbers are growing up. This is just really kind of a highlighted graph of what I talked about initially, how the slope of the cases are going up, the slope of the deaths are going up, and the slope of the hospitalizations are going up. This is just broken down on a daily and monthly basis where you can kind of see it and appreciate it a little bit more for what it is. But the numbers are going up, and the deaths are the biggest thing. When you start seeing more hospitalizations slope up like this, you know deaths are going to do the same. And so again, I think the treatments have gotten better. There's still no cure for COVID-19, but the treatment protocols have gotten better. People have been able to identify faster who've got COVID and get the appropriate treatment that they need. Next slide. Now this looks at South Carolina. And on the South Carolina map, we're seeing the number of total reported cases are over 240,000. On yesterday, there was over 2,200 new cases. Over the last 14 days, there have been a 91% increase in cases in South Carolina. 91% increase in cases in the last 14 days. The number of deaths in South Carolina, a little over 4,600, and that is a 39% increase in deaths over the last 14 days. Hospitalizations, there's over 1,200, and that is a 29% increase in hospitalizations over the last 14 days. Again, this slide is showing something that we didn't want to see. The sharp increase that we're seeing on the right part, what we call the tail end of this graph, is letting us know that in South Carolina, we have a problem. There's a major problem in South Carolina. And if anybody's saying contrary to that, they're wrong. Okay. But this is very worrisome stuff in the fact that we're just really getting into December. The issue is that after every one of these holidays, 2 to 4 weeks afterwards, we started seeing numbers go up in testing and hospitalizations. So when we had Labor Day, 2 to 4 weeks after, the numbers went up. Memorial Day, 2 to 4 weeks later, the numbers went up. So each of these Thanksgiving, the same thing appears to be happening. So again, we just got to be real careful with what's going on to make sure that we are doing the right things to protect ourselves and protect our communities. Okay, next.
So Dr. Mack, now we're getting ready to go into that second slide deck that has
okay.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's fine. The second slide deck is going to focus primarily on South Carolina and locally. Okay. So this first slide talks about percent positive. Okay. And I've been talking about that for a lot for people who've been following us. But the percent positivity just tells you how much disease is actually in a specific area. In other words, best practices percent positive should really be less than 5%, ideally less than 2, but less than 5. Overall, since we've been testing in South Carolina for COVID-19, the positivity rate has been 14.4%. The last 30 days, the positivity rate has been 16.5%. Just yesterday alone, the positivity rate was right at 19%. Now, again, I said less than 2% would be ideal. Well, 0 would be ideal, but less than 2%, but certainly less than 5%. We're hitting numbers that's, 3 times, almost 4 times above that positivity rate. What positivity rates tell you is that there is a problem in that area, whether we're talking about the state, the county, the city, and that more testing needs to be done. Because it's almost like if you're going into a fishing hole and you find a spot where you're catching a bunch of fish, well, the likelihood is there's probably a bunch of fish that's there. And the more you fish, the more fish you're going to catch. The more you throw your rod and reel in, or what have your hook in, you're going to catch more fish. We have a problem. There is a problem. And it's been consistently double-digit positivity rates. Next slide. Next slide talks specifically about Horry County. On that slide, right now, as of today, in Horry County, there's been 239 confirmed deaths and another 44 probable deaths that were probably COVID related. Positivity cases over 15,000 for Horry County, and another probable almost 1,600. So again, these numbers for Horry County are high. As a matter of fact, the White House just named Horry County as a red spot, which means it is considered to be a hot spot. So South Carolina in general, the Myrtle Beach area specifically, has been named a hot spot by the White House task force. So this is very, very important to very important to make sure that we understand, no matter what politicians are saying, no matter what other people are saying, the medical community is letting you know this is a problem. Next slide. Next slide is Georgetown County. And basically with that, we're seeing, as far as the number of deaths, 49 confirmed, 21 probable with that. And as far as the confirmed positive cases, 2,400 and another 648 probable. Again, these numbers are going up. They're high. They're higher than they should be. And a lot of times, too, these numbers are actually underestimates of what is actually going on, just because of the amount of testing that still needs to be done. Next slide. Next slide talks about Marion County, because I know we do have some viewers from Marion County. There's 45 confirmed deaths in Marion County, 4 probable, and there's a total of 1,300 confirmed and 87 probable. Again, some of these areas are still not testing as often as they need to be, and these numbers are probably an underestimate of what the numbers actually are, because there's just a lot of people that's just not getting tested, or people who have gotten tested months ago and said, well, I got tested already, I don't need to get tested again. And the test only tells you what it is leading up to that test. It doesn't tell you what the person is like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. So that's why getting tested is very important. I organized a test at Friendship, testing site at Friendship, which worked very well about 2 Tuesdays ago. And we're going to have another one. I have another one in December. And we'll let you know exactly when. Right now, tentatively, it's set for December 21st, but there'll be another one. Turnaround time was great. People got results back in 48 hours, within 48 hours in some cases, but those results were back in. So I'm very happy and proud of that, and trying to push it. This is not a church thing. It's not a Dr. McIver thing. It's what I'm trying to do for the community. And that's what that's about. We don't know. If we don't get tested, we don't know. And if you got tested a month or 2 ago, you probably need to get tested again. Okay. Good.
All right, Dr. Mack. Well, the numbers are the numbers. Every indication of we've been saying all along would happen and will continue to happen as we move through cold and flu season, and just deal with I guess this what appears to be a resurgence, because I think people kind of let their guard down thinking that COVID just kind of mellowed out a little bit. And I don't know that it ever really did that. I think that it was just always here. We knew we had the challenges with the test sites and all that. And, just today, as a matter of fact, there's a church on Mill Pond Road, the Rock Church. They were holding a free COVID testing in their parking lot, kind of a snake pattern or whatever, obviously a drive-through testing type of thing. And I don't know that I've seen, that happen to that magnitude, up Mill Pond Road. But, the numbers are very scary. And especially in light of the fact that now we're rolling out of school and into the holiday season. Students are going home from colleges, and even, schools dismissing as far as public schools are concerned. There's a lot of talk about, decisions that are being made around rapid testing in the schools. And I think that people may need to understand what the rapid test idea or concept is all about and what that really means. So is there any light that you can shed on that as far as this discussion that they're having about whether or not the rapid testing is a good bad thing or necessary?
Okay, the rapid testing basically tries to pick up protein particles of COVID-19. It's going to be as accurate as the nasal test, but it is better than nothing at all. Anytime in medicine you do a test that's rapid, you're going to lose just a little bit of accuracy, but you gain the rapidness in which you get information. So it's a good test. But again, a lot of times, let's just say, for example, at Coastal, we're now in with basketball. We're testing kids 3 times a week now. Okay, I'm getting tested 3 times a week. Football, it was once a week. Basketball is 3 times. We're doing 2 rapids and 1 regular nasal swab, PCR. Mm-hmm. So again, it's better. It's more. It's something that we were looking for. It's something that is very user friendly to do with these rapid tests. It doesn't take much training or expertise to be able to do it, and it does give some information. But again, the problem is that a lot of people are getting tested and they're saying, "Oh, I got tested. It's December." They're saying, "Oh, I got tested in October. I'm good." Well, no, you were good up until you got that test. You know, so that's what that means. And so again, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get tested. Monthly. It really wouldn't. I mean, I've gotten tested 10 times in the last 11 weeks.
Yeah.
And so again, it's important. It's important to protect your family. I've had a couple cases of close friends who have just tested positive within the last 72 hours, and a couple of them pretty sick. So you know, again, these are people under 65. In the last 2 weeks, I've had one person that had a stroke secondary to COVID, and I've had another person that had blood clots, pulmonary embolisms in their lungs because of COVID.
Wow.
So, you know, again, these aren't old people. One of the people was about 67, but that's not really old. I've got patients over 100. So again, it's not just the pneumonia, although that is the main thing that we're seeing. The main complication that we're seeing is pneumonia. But I've had over 250 patients with COVID so far. And so some of them are ending up on dialysis because COVID is an inflammatory condition. So what it does, it's almost like having a motor oil in your car that's too thick. It's not going to have motor oil flow as efficiently and effectively as it should. COVID's not going to let the blood flow as effectively as it should. So these organs, the brain, the heart, the lungs, the liver, the extremities, legs, they're not getting the blood flow that they need in a lot of cases, and they end up with amputations, end up having to go on dialysis because the kidneys aren't working right, end up having strokes, heart attacks, blood clots in the lungs. So I
think you're buffering, Dr. Mack. He may be buffering. Yeah. Give him a second to see if his connection comes back in.
Right. Okay. So I've been seeing more younger people having complications with COVID.
Yes.
And so that's kind of corresponding with more people. Again, still, it's thought about 50-60% of people COVID are going to not have symptoms or only have mild symptoms. So again, a lot of people aren't sick, but you know, I sent somebody to the hospital today who was having some issues. And after about 48 hours at home, not doing well, sent them to the hospital and they had pneumonia. So again, you know, if you got COVID and you got other comorbid conditions, diabetes, asthma, COPD, sleep apnea. I mean, if you got those other things going on, you got to be on guard that this COVID can get bad real fast.
Real fast, exactly.
There was a question from DeAndre Weaver.
Yes.
What do you think is the number one contributing factor to the rise in cases? I think the number one contributing factor is that people have gotten COVID fatigue. They've gotten tired. They've gotten tired of wearing the mask. They've gotten tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. They've gotten tired of saying, I'm going to restrict this and restrict that. So if you mix that with the people that wasn't doing the social distancing, physical distancing in the first place, you've got a perfect storm. It is estimated by February the 1st, there will be 375 to 399,000 deaths.
Wow.
The people that put those statistics out have been spot on every step of the way with their numbers.
Every time you've reported numbers like that during these broadcasts, I mean, it kind of comes to fruition, seems like a few weeks earlier than expected.
Right. And when I give the numbers, I try to give them on the conservative side. So that's why it seems like the numbers are coming faster. Again, I'm going to say something here that is a little bit different from what I've been saying. And I've been saying that we're talking about facts, not fear. But let me take that a step further, because in medicine, they teach us that there's different types of fear. Okay. There's an irrational fear, and then there's a healthy fear. Okay. You not touching a hot iron is a healthy fear. You not touching a third rail on a subway car is a healthy fear. You not sticking a metal fork or knife into a socket is a healthy fear. Mm-hmm. You're not putting your hand on a hot stove is a healthy fear. Okay, you need to have a healthy fear about COVID. Mm-hmm. You don't need to have an irrational fear, but you do need to have a healthy fear. Okay, and that's what some of the people that are not really giving COVID as much credence or don't believe in COVID are saying, oh, you're just trying to create fear. You're trying to create fear. Well, you know what? Let me say this. I am trying to create fear now. I'm trying to create a healthy fear, because you better have it or somebody you know is going to get into trouble. Mm-hmm. Out of all the people that I've had with COVID, only 2 have died that were patients of mine. Both of them were relatives. Both of them were roommates in a nursing home. So this thing about facts, not fear, is true to a degree, but I'm going to take a little different angle for a second. And there is a such thing as a healthy fear. Right. You're not going to put your hand in scalding water. You're not going to put there's certain things you won't do. You won't touch a hot wire if you know electricity is running through it. That's a healthy fear. That's common sense. Okay. We need to use common sense about COVID-19. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to change that tone that I'm saying a little bit more about fear. Right.
Yeah. And I think that's good to kind of curb some of the rhetoric that we've always been hearing about the fears. It's, it's not a fear in the sense of way people are trying to portray it, as in, it's a fear that's ignited by political interest. This is, like you said, it's something that you should just naturally have a sense of, because we're in a pandemic.
Right. It's healthy fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's healthy. And so, psychiatry is something that I really take a big interest in. So when I talk to patients about phobias and fears, okay, there is a healthy fear. Mm-hmm. An irrational one too, but there is a healthy fear. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that, so that way we can respect this the way it needs to be respected.
Exactly. Dr. Matt, there's a couple of questions. One that's come in from a viewer out of Columbia, South Carolina. She wants to know, is it best to get tested every 2 weeks if possible? How often should people get tested?
Well, as often as you can. I mean, I don't think that there's any limit on how often you can get tested or should get tested. Like I said, I'm getting tested once a week, but because I'm in a special population of college student athletes. So that's different. But I mean, if you can get tested once a month, particularly if you're still out and about, and there's some people that just can't stay at home. They got to be out and about. They're going to be around other people. And granted, you wearing your mask and the other person that you're coming in contact wearing a mask is better than no mask or one of the people wearing a mask. You're still coming in contact with things and with people. Mm-hmm. So again, I would take advantage of these tests. Then it seems to be ramping up. I thank the folks that work with me on getting these tests, this testing site at Friendship, and the fact that we're going to get another one done in about 10 days.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. There's another comment and question. CCU basketball is getting tested 3 times a week. How often should someone in high school basketball get tested?
Well, again, as often as they can. I mean, the 3 times a week came down from the NCAA. It came down from our conference. And so we just had to we had to make sure that we had the necessary stuff in place to do that. Football once a week. Again, we had to make sure we had the necessary things in place at Coastal to make this happen. Mm-hmm. But again, I'd venture to say that, if you do a good random survey of kids in high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, these numbers are going to be pretty high.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then we have another comment here in question. In your professional opinion, do you think another shutdown is a possible solution to slow down the cases? Do you think a shutdown will have any impact at all?
Definitely. I think things should be shut down. I think in the states where they have been more aggressive with shutdowns, they've been able to curb these deaths and cases tremendously. I give credit to the state of Virginia. Their governor is a physician. And early on, he said off the bat, there'd be major shutdowns. Mm-hmm. And they've been able to pretty much control it as well as it can be controlled. Mm-hmm. And so again, it's a pandemic. So it's going to happen. People are going to get infected, but again, it's trying to control the numbers, trying to control the degree. Because if you can control the numbers better, you'll control the hospitalizations better. If you control the hospitalizations better, you can control the deaths better. Mm-hmm. We got hospitals around here and around South Carolina in general that are busting at the seams. They're sending people home who should be admitted because of COVID. Understand what I just said. There are people with COVID who should be admitted that are sometimes being turned away because these people don't have beds. The Georgetown hospital system in Thailand's at 100% capacity of the ICU. These hospitals around here are in the high 80s to 100% capacity. For people with COVID.
I thought I read something a couple of days ago, and I don't know if it was our area, a different area, but it's that there were hospitals who needed to send patients to other counties or other states.
In North and South Dakota, because it's a small state, they don't have very many ICU beds. So right after they had that big bike rally at Sturgis, the numbers started going up. Stevie Wonder could have seen that was going to happen. And so what happens is they ran out of ICU beds for the state. So they had to send people to other states. Cities like Houston, which has, really the biggest medical complex out of any city in the United States, over 100% capacity. I mean, they're having to have makeshift beds and makeshift units in parking lots.
Right.
And so again, it's a problem. And again, politics aside, this should have never happened. It wasn't a surprise to me, a person that's interested in public health. It wasn't a surprise to me that we had a pandemic. The surprise was that we wasn't ready for a pandemic.
Right.
That was the surprise, because the pandemic was going to happen. It's nature. We're not talking about any conspiracy stuff now. We're not talking about no 5G stuff. We're beyond that. We're beyond that 5G stuff.
Right.
Okay? We're not talking about that. We're talking about what is a naturally occurring phenomena that happens in medicine, that happens in science. It happened almost 100 years ago with the Spanish flu, and it's happening 100 years later. And so when you think about it, it's not a surprise if you understand that. Right. I'll tell you this: the Spanish flu went from February of 1918 to April of 1920. Okay, so that's 2 years. Over 500 million people were infected. 500 million. That was a third of the world's population at the time. 500 million. This is 100 years ago. So the death toll, nobody knows. It's anywhere between 17 million and 50 million. Nobody knows. That's 100 years ago. So again, these things happen in nature. And again, COVID, it's a beast. I mean, it's a beast, and it was a beast as it, in February and March, as I was researching and stuff and reading and pulling this and pulling that, and I'm like, oh my God, this is a problem. This is going to be a problem.
It's a monster. It really is.
It's going to be a problem.
Yeah. One other viewer asked, what can we do to offset these symptoms?
You mean once you've gotten COVID?
I guess once you've gotten it, or and you can always post for clarity. But if you're saying offset the symptoms, do you mean what preventive measures can be taken, or once the symptoms happen and they are apparently COVID related, what can you do to offset them? Or
well, once you've got COVID, I'll just take it from that standpoint.
Yeah, take it from there.
Once you've got COVID, it's two different things that happen. Either you're sick enough that you have to be admitted to the hospital or should be admitted, or the symptoms are mild enough that you can manage them at home. Now, fever is likely going to be an issue if you have symptoms. The cough is likely going to be an issue if you have it. We're seeing more cases of diarrhea in cases of COVID. So all those things, cough, fever, diarrhea, you treat the cough, you treat the fever, you treat the diarrhea. Dehydration is typically an issue. And if you're in the hospital, they're going to give you IV fluids. If you're at home, you got to keep pushing the fluids and drinking plenty of water. If you're getting diarrhea or vomiting with it, you got to get the water and replace the electrolytes with like Gatorade or Powerade to replace the sodium, potassium, calcium, and chloride that you're losing in the stool or the vomit. So those are the main things. Rest, green leafy vegetables, as well balanced a meal as you can get in, and those kind of things.
Okay. All right. Well, Dr. Mack, this is always great information. And, some of the comments that have come in definitely show people's appreciation for this actual information. DeAndre Weaver says, I love your references to healthy fear. I'm going to use that wording. Laconet Brumel, great information. And it really is. And, we're very thankful for all that you're doing and you continue to do, not only on this platform, but in the community to educate everyone, but also to get testing into the communities, not just, creating a testing site somewhere. But I think it's admirable that you were able to connect and actually put it in the heart of the residential communities, because as we know, Friendship is off of Granger Road, and there's housing developments, there's housing authorities around that area, and so apartment complexes and everything. So within walking distance, all these people could have come if it were possible to be tested in some way, but definitely within a short drive if they needed to come. So I think that's good. And hopefully we'll see more of that around the areas. People try to collaborate with different organizations and maybe even DHEC or whatever to create some more testing sites. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. And again, it's for the community. It's not about any specific person, entity, organization. It's specifically for that. And Brother Tim, I'll talk with you about that.
All right.
I'll talk to you about that. And again, I'm just trying to do my part. I mean, I'm trying to do my part. I'm trying to make this information as understandable, to break it down as much as I can, to make non-medical people understand what it is I'm trying to say. Again, I'm tired of hearing politicians. I'm tired of hearing non-medical people talk about stuff that they don't know. I'm tired of hearing people who don't know the difference between a virus or a bacteria talking about this. It's time for the people who don't know to stop talking, and time for the people who spent their lives talking about this. I've spent almost 30 years now in health and science and wellness and public health, and this is what I do. I didn't wake up and play a doctor one day. This is what I do. Okay.
Wake up and pray, doctor. Mm-hmm.
This is what I do. And so I'm very passionate about this. I've had some very robust conversations with some people on Facebook about this and talking about, this is nothing more than the flu. Well, let's talk about it. The flu, you're talking about 25 to 30,000 people maybe dying a year. Okay, let's talk about it at worst scenarios in most cases. We're going to talk about, we're talking about close to over 300,000 people, probably close to 375 to 399,000 within a year's time. And so again, this is not the flu. I had somebody say, well, doc, you're giving all this information. What about health? And what about talking about diet and exercise? And what about vitamins? I mean, all that's fine. But right now, the house is on fire. And I don't need to talk about the insulation I should have put in the house. I need to talk about how to get the dog on fire out.
That's another good way to put it. Exactly.
So, we're talking about, the doctors aren't talking about this and they aren't talking about that and they're talking about this. Listen, the house is already built. The house is already on fire. If you didn't tell the developer to put insulation in there, guess what? We got to put the fire out now. Okay? Hand washing, social physical distancing, limiting yourself around folks that you really don't know where they have been. The contact tracing parameters are closer than 6 feet for longer than 15 minutes in a 24-hour period.
Say that one more time, Dr. Mack.
6 feet, closer than 6 feet for longer than 15 minutes in a 24-hour period. Yeah, 6, 15, 24.
All right. Okay. Well, you got it. You heard it from the doc. You heard it from the educated Mahari Morehouse graduate who obviously has the credentials. Yeah, yes, sir. I love it. Who obviously has the credentials to say what he's saying. Everybody else needs to have several seats. And remember, be very, very cautious of the information that you take in and also the information that you spread around regarding COVID-19 and because what you hear can be just as and try to, I guess, regurgitate or communicate to others if you aren't sure, it can be just as damaging as anything else. And again, Dr. Mack is coming from a place of true science. Okay, medical physician, he knows what he's doing. 30 years in the game. None of us can hold a candle to that at this point. So that's why I co-sign what he's saying every single Friday, and I'm glad to share this platform with him. So thank you, Dr. Mack.
Thank you. Remember, healthy fear.
That's right. Healthy fear. Yes.
Okay.
So I know you had a handful.
If anybody has any questions, they just put it on and I'll try and get to them. I got to get the Coastal Women's Basketball. I got to give a plug. Coastal Women's Basketball tonight. Yes. And go CCU football team. Go, go, go.
All right. No chance. All right. Get it. Well,
all right.
All right. Well, and get something to eat, okay?
My office staff hooked me up.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of you. All right. Take care.
Take care. All right.
All right. So again, great information from Dr. Mack every single week. And we will continue to bring these COVID updates as long as Dr. Mack has the strength and is willing. And hopefully it will be great information you can share with your families and friends and anyone else who definitely needs this information, or you feel maybe a little miseducated on, what's going on with COVID and the things that we really need to be aware of. So my other guests are anxiously waiting in the backstage, and I thank them so much for being patient. And I know that our viewers are waiting for them to come on. And so there was one person I was going to start with in particular, but she hasn't entered the stream just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Christmas gift list, and then hopefully we'll have Donna Reed, who is with DLR Creative Home Designs, and she's gonna talk to us a little bit about how to decorate for the holiday and also seasonal decoration. And she's doing some fantastic work, very creative, very beautiful work in her new business venture. So we'll have Donna as soon as she can enter the stream. But before that, what we're going to do is play a really quick commercial break. I'm going to go back and show the trailer for the Network Connects, and then we'll come back and I'm going to introduce you to Rowena Lindsay, the patch lady. We're going to start with her and find out what she's doing as a Christmas gift idea. Actually, it's not just a Christmas gift idea, but as anytime you need a patch idea, she's the person that you need to see. So real quick commercial, and then we'll be right back.
If you want to support Black-owned and operated businesses in the Grand Strand area and beyond, check out the networkconnects.com for a complete list of establishments in our local area. Our network connects Black businesses to community for a wide range of services, products, organizations, and resources that are viable in the African American community. You'll find a wide range of products and services that'll fit your needs, along with information about events and happenings around the local communities. Check out the networkconnects.com, connecting Black businesses to community. The networkconnects.com.
All right. Hello, Rowena. How are you doing? I think you're muted.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So first of all, it's great to see you. I have not actually seen or talked to you in a number of years. Rowena and I go way back. we go way back.
Walk My Days, right?
Walk My Days, exactly. When Walk My Pottery was bought out by a home goods company called Home Place of America. Yeah. And Rowena, you were a buyer.
Yes,
Rowena she was an assistant buyer, which I'm sure was a fun job. And I was a media buyer, the senior media buyer, as a matter of fact, for the company. And we had a good time. We really did.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. And so, after, that, I guess that gig was up, we had to figure out what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives. And Rowena had an actual talent during that time where she was already working for a local, I'll say a local leather company. And I remember that, and you were making leather vests, Harley Davidson type vests, or sewing the vest or whatever. And she's turned that into an actual business for herself as far as other work that she's doing. So Rowena, you are called the Patch Lady. And why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you're located, and what you have going on?
We are located in Chicago Heights, Illinois. It's in a suburb right outside of Chicago. We're about 30 minutes from the city. We have just moved into a new location. That's why things are a little disarray here. But we're very excited because I started out in the flea market, and now we have an actual showroom. And then we have another space upstairs where all the magic happens. So we've been here since June. COVID hit, right after we moved in. But business has been steady, and we've been doing well.
Well, that's awesome. How did you get into the patchwork? What exactly do you do? Are you designing the patches and doing the embroidery and all that? What exactly are you doing?
Initially, I was purchasing patches, and I started manufacturing patches because I realized that there were things that my audience wanted that I could not get the vendors to make from me. So the patch that's behind me, wait a minute, I want to make sure I do this right. Okay, my Vanna White. Okay.
Okay. All right.
These patches right here, when I was in the flea market, April, I had patches that had American flag, a Puerto Rican flag, and a Mexican flag. And all of the African American and Black people came and they said, well, how come you don't have a red, black, and green one? So I went to the manufacturer and asked them to make them for me, and they said no. And I thought, oh, well, why wouldn't you make them? And they said, because they wouldn't sell. So that was a big turning point for me. That made me realize that in order to reach my audience, I have people of all colors, but people wear patches because they are identifiers and they tell their story. So I'm really proud about these two because these are the first two patches that I personally embroidered, manufactured, and made from scratch. So they're right here. So I'm very proud of these.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah. Some of the things that we're also doing, I like motorcycles and I like riding. Well, more and more women are riding. and we're about 12% of the riding population. Most are passengers, but there are more women who are starting to ride their own bikes. And one of the things we started doing, we started designing patches for women. Men typically do it, and they demoralize and degrade women. So I thought, you know what, that's not what I want to put on my vest. So we started to do some new things, and they can go on Etsy to our store at the Patch Lady, and it's spelled the Patch Lady, Lide, not Y. And they can see the new patches that we have there for the ladies. So we're trying to reach that market. I've posted them on Facebook and some of the lady rider sites, and we have gotten a really good response for them, because our goal is to encourage women in riding and to empower women in riding. We don't have to be sex symbols. We are sexy when we're on a bike. We're sexy anyway.
Right.
But we don't want to be treated like a piece of meat. You know, we want to be treated with respect, and we want to be loved, and we want to enjoy our bikes when we're riding.
Absolutely. So when they go to your Etsy shop, they'll be able to see some of the patches that are now available. Can they order custom designs?
Yes, if they want a custom design, what they can do is they can either message me or they can text me. The best way to reach me for a custom design is really via text, and the number is 708-572-4530. That way I'm able to get back to the customer right away. That comes directly to my cell phone, and I'm able to respond right away.
Give me that number, 708-572-4530.
4530.
All right, I'm going to flash that on the screen real quick. So if you want to be in touch with Rowena to talk about a custom design for patches, it's 708-572-4530. And remember, she is in the, you said Northern Illinois area?
In Chicago Heights.
Chicago Heights.
And we do ship. We have clubs that we do patches for in Florida, California, so we ship everywhere.
Okay, all right. This is absolutely awesome. Are you still making vests, doing that as well?
You know what? We don't have time to do vests, but something we are getting ready to venture into for the clubs, because the clubs, they want their patches. We started doing masks. We're going to be doing bandanas and things with the club's logos on. We have permission first. We don't just do it without permission, but we get permission first, and we get their blessing, and then we're able to provide a whole outfit for the bikers when they come in. And then we're also starting to get into more teams and clubs, because everybody needs a patch. It's just not motorcycle riders. Patches are identifiers where you work, what you believe in, where you're going, where you've been, and they tell a story. So everybody wants a patch. If you work for a municipality, you need a patch. If you work for a government agency, you need a patch. Everybody needs a patch. So we're starting to expand our business and venture off into some of those other areas that we have not tapped yet.
Okay. And how long have you been in business, Rowena?
This is the 4th year.
4th year. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, the 4th year. Yeah. So we make the 5-year mark. We're okay.
Oh yeah. I think you will make the 5-year mark. Yeah. I tell you, very creative ideas, and just the fact that you can customize the patches. I think that that's definitely a very good niche, because you'll be able to give people exactly what they want, and that is an expansion of your inventory, in a very unique way. And so I'm so very proud of you, my sister, and it's so good to reconnect with you. Of course, I want to let you know that Rowena, her business will be listed on the networkconnects.com. So if you're looking for some patchwork, if you need to get in touch with her for your club or organization, you can definitely go to the networkconnects.com. The businesses that are featured today, some of them are already on the website, but we will be updating the website this weekend with more contact information from everyone who we're featuring in this segment as well. So Rowena, thank you so much for being here today. And if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know.
Thank you, April, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so that was Rowena Lindsay, the Patch Lady, and out of Chicago Heights, Illinois, and it was just great seeing her, and of course hearing that unique idea. If it's too late for her to do anything for Christmas, or she's out of inventory on Etsy, get in touch with her, and you can always order and create a great gift idea for even after Christmas or for any other occasion. So we've listened to Rowena, and so I hope you guys are making your list and thinking about things that you may want to include. So now I'm going to go to someone who was with me last week, and she gave us some good information on what you need to do to get your business ready for 2021. And that is the Candle Lady, Miss Ashley White. How are you doing?
Hello, happy Friday.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, so last week, Ashley was unable to show us her inventory because she was in a different capacity. But this week, yes, she has everything, and she's getting ready to tell us all about Jack's Wax. Yeah, candles
Yes,
and wax
ma'am.
melts. Okay.
Okay, so the name of my company is Jack's Wax, soy candles and wax melts. I started it on my daddy's birthday, March 18th, 2019.
Wow.
What guided me to start this business? Everybody wants to work for themselves, but I just didn't want to do something that was going to be just another job.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to think of a project that would be simple but profitable and enjoyable at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I came out with candles, because I like hair, but I don't want to sell it. I like to get my nails done, but I didn't want to do that either. So I just wanted to be different. I wanted to be in a different market. I wanted to just bring something to the community that I know everybody likes, but right now everybody don't like to go to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, as you can see, this is my little at-home setup.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
The 3 different size candles that I offer, 8-ounce candles, and they're all different scents. I just buy different oils from 2 of my favorite companies, and I just pour up. So they're never always the same candles, always have something different. They're never always the same colors. Scents don't match colors, so I customize too if you need that. There's a 12-ounce candle that I sell, and I have 16-ounce candles as well.
Okay.
I also sell wax melts. You can use these on your wax warmers. Different scents, but they're mostly the same scents as the candles, just in smaller forms. As I started that business, some of my customers started asking me for different things, such as sage or incense or specific candles, which led me into making intention candles. Now, what these are affirmation candles that I've begun selling. They are $12 a piece. I'm going to show you what
intention candles. That's
yes.
Okay.
What right. That means is, well, you know, I'm sure you know what it means, but I'll explain it. A lot of people now are trying to elevate themselves. And when I say elevate themselves, I mean trying to find themselves spiritually, trying to get a little closer with their higher powers that they believe in, and also meditate. And sometimes with meditations, individuals say affirmations to themselves, and they use different things, sage, incense, dry herbs. So what I did was I constructed some candles, and they are all 3D. I'm going to show them to you first because they're all different colors. And then I'll tell you what each of them are. If you can't see, the first one that I'll explain is a self-love candle. It's called Me, Myself, and I. And on the label, it has affirmations that you can say to yourself while you meditate. For example, life does not have to be perfect to be great. I am beautiful, I am enough, and I matter. The candle is scented with the oil of red currant. It smells really good. Red currant. When it burns, let me hold my arms up. When it burns, I have rose quartz in here, white sage for protection, rose petals that represents love. And when you burn the candle all the way down, if they're not stuck at the top, you will come out with stones, protection stones.
Oh, wow.
That you can carry in your purse, you can carry on your body, you can place them in your car. Just so you know, rose quartz represents love, self-love, or just personal love that you may need more of. The second one that I have is called Blessings on Blessings on Blessings. This is my money blessings candle. It's scented with patchouli. Some of the affirmations that I have written on here: I have constant flow. I have a constant flow of money, success, and prosperity. I receive abundance. I am attracting great financial responsibilities. And enclosed in this one, I have cardamom, which is a dry herb. I have marigold, of course, white sage, and enclosed in these are green aventurine stones. Once you melt these down, you can carry those with you as well. And the smell of patchouli is like really, really good. It's a good
I love patchouli. Absolutely love it. Mm-hmm.
The last one that I have is a general protection candle, and it's called Keep Me Covered. The affirmations on here, it says protected by the divine, guided, protected, and guarded. I'm safe and always feel protected. And enclosed in this one, I have some grounding stones of tiger's eye and clear quartz. Of course, general white sage is in here, and I have marigold in here as well. Now, as I stated earlier, they're $12 each, but if you buy all three of them, I have a set for $30. But I have a Christmas bundle. Doesn't look very Christmassy right now, but it comes with those 3 candles, a bracelet, a keychain, because we rock, and some earrings. If you can see them, there's some African earrings. And that's $35. Once I started, as I said, with the candles, a lot of my customers started asking me for different things in reference to stones and the explanations of sage. So I now carry 10 different types of sage, and they're all listed on my website. I just wanted to show a few of them so that you could get a glimpse of what I have to offer. This is dragon's blood. Oh, maybe I should take it out the box. It looks a little blurry. This is dragon's blood. It's good for your digestive health. Now, I will say that all sage is good for general protection, but I give an example of milk. You can use milk to drink alone. You can use milk to add to cereal. You can use milk in cake. You know, you see where I'm going? You use it for different things. So with all of the different types of sage, they represent something different.
Okay.
I have a white sage for general protection. I have a yerba santa. This is one of my favorite. It smells so good, and it's destined for personal self-growth. So I like to burn this a lot when I meditate. I have Palo Santo. We call this the holy wood, and that smells really good too. I have branched out into selling stone necklaces. And what you see dangling are the labels from them and what they mean and represent. And I also have stone bracelets that I'm hand make.
Awesome.
In the house, COVID-19.
Right. I'm telling you, COVID is turning us into serious entrepreneurs. We're
For real.
We're discovering our crafts within. Exactly.
Yes, and it keeps growing and growing.
Yeah.
So to go with the sage, I sell these abalone shells. I think they're so pretty.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I like that.
It's simply just to hold your ashes or for different purposes when you're no longer using your sage and you just don't want to put it up in a corner somewhere. I sell incense. This is a big box, but they're in a smaller packs. And the incense holders. All of this is available on my website as well.
All right. Give me your website address and let me post that on the screen real quick.
It is https://
What is that again?
THEE candle lady .space. Yes. And I also have these wooden ashtrays. You can use them as ashtrays, but ironically, you know, everybody's not a smoker. And guess what I did? You can use them as coasters. They're really cute.
Interesting.
You know, you gotta be creative, and they're really cute. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, another thing that I ventured off into, just all under the same umbrella. They started asking me about carrying soaps and body oils. So I now have a host where I can order different types of soap and body oils and perfumes, shea butters, castor oils, anything, muscle retention, freeze, all of that. So I'm pretty much trying to stay in a single type of market in reference to relaxation. Anything that I don't have, I don't mind looking into purchasing for you if it is an interest of yours. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm always open.
Well, yeah, when you have a website or a web presence, you are always open. That is for sure. But thank you so much, Ashley. I really do appreciate it. And again, appreciate the information that you shared on last week. Someone was like, yeah, post the website. I hope I posted the right site. It's the candlelady.space. That's right.
Yes,
okay. And remember, she is on the networkconnects.com. So you'll want to go to the website and get more information on how to contact her. Sounds great.
All right. Well, thank you all. And thank you for having me. Have a good weekend.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right. So I don't know if you all have heard of K-Bar Farms, Homestead Junction, but that's kind of been the latest thing that's happening in this area. There is a location in the Inlet Square Mall in Murrells Inlet, and there's one up at Tanger Outlet. And Katrina Owens is the GM for these locations. And basically, she's able to offer vendor space to entrepreneurs who want to put their products on her shelves. And so I'm going to bring Katrina on for just a second. Hey, Katrina, how are you? Hey, are you mute? I think you're muted. Okay,
there we go. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you on location?
So I am inside of Inlet Square Mall right now at K-Bar Farm Homestead Junction. And thank you. Yes, we do have a second location. We had our grand opening at Tanger Mall. We are right behind Nike. So if you park at Nike and walk, we are right behind there, K-Bar Farm Homestead Junction, Tanger Outlet on 501. And so that is awesome experience, a great opportunity for all of us. And as April mentioned, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, I had to teach myself real quick how to turn the camera around. Hold on one moment.
All right.
Because I'm sure you don't want to look at me the entire time. Okay. So this is K-Bar Farm Homestead Junction inside of Inlet Square Mall. Okay. And as April stated, we are ran as a co-op. So we are various businesses all under one roof. So it is a great idea, a great opportunity for the small business who can't afford the overhead cost of running a business. You are literally renting, for lack of a better word, space in our store, either Inlet Square Mall or Tanger Outlet, and we are selling your items. I'm going to focus in on Reconnect only because I'm partial to them. This is my brand right here. Reconnect Mind, Body, and Spirit. I make sugar scrubs and bath salts and anxiety spray. I have an entire display over at Tanger Outlet also. And I will use me for an example if I wasn't the GM. This space right here, this is a lot of space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, and underneath here is drawers that is also part of your section. So an entire column here at Inlet Square Mall is $60 a month. That's it. And there is somebody here the entire time that the mall is open. So from 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., somebody is here selling your items. It is an 80-20 split with the store. So it's you keep 80% of your sales, the store gets 20%. We advertise on Facebook. We have radio station segments. Radio station comes here on Saturdays because we do also have vendor events. The first weekend of each month is vendor events. I'm going to just show you while I'm walking and talking. The main K-Bar Farms, it is an actual farm that is located in Loris, South Carolina. It's the only elderberry farm in South Carolina. So we are known for the elderberry syrup. But anything with a chicken, and you'll see the little chicken there, is actually owned by the farm. But in between all the farm items are different businesses. So we have this hat company here, Handpicked Deals, and he sells hats. We also have Sheila's Sweet Shells. She makes shells from, she picks up shells from the oceanfront, and she makes little creations. Not all the vendors that are in this location are at Tanger. We actually have more vendors or more businesses in Tanger Outlet. Again, because people have taken advantage of a wonderful opportunity. Now, the price for Tanger Outlet is $100 for product placement a month, as opposed to the $60 that is here in Inlet Square Mall. I'm going to rotate around. We have gifts galore, depending on what you're looking for. You can make, I helped a woman last night. She was making 3 different baskets. And so she added some jams and some jellies. She added a sugar scrub. She added some ornaments. She was just adding different baskets and candles. We also have candles here also. If we do have some vendors who opt not to pay the vendor fee, and they actually work inside the store. You work 1 shift a week and 1 Saturday per month, and that is in lieu of your actual fee, co-op fee. And so that helps, so I don't have to work 7 days a week. So that's how we've arranged that.
Hey, Katrina, turn it back around. I want to see you, talk to you for a second.
Okay.
And you said that this, of course, is a co-op space, and now you're bartering with the time. So that's pretty creative in itself, as far as I guess a business model for how to get businesses into your co-op space on the shelves, but also to have personnel to watch over the store.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Very good idea. Okay. Awesome. So if they want to purchase any items that are on the shelves or in the stores, they would have to, of course, purchase from the individual who is stocking.
No, they come to the store and they take right from the shelf.
Okay. All right. And you said it's 80-20, $60 a month at the Merle's Inlet location. And yeah, that sounds great. Sounds like something that any entrepreneur needs to try and fit into their plan, especially if they want a brick and mortar location, basically.
And speaking of Tanger Outlet, oh my gosh, when that opportunity arose for us, it was like, oh my gosh, that's a whole nother demographics of people. And we were just so super excited. I was busting out. I was stressing myself thinking that I wasn't going to be able to fill my shelves, because in Tanger Outlet, it's a lot bigger space. It's about 3 times the size of this store. Mm-hmm. And the kiosk, everybody is issued a kiosk, and the kiosk is 4 foot by 4 foot. So and it has shelving on all 4 sides. And so it's a big space to fill for your products. Right. And so we have Gloria King baskets there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We have Apollonia is there with her Locked and Knot hair care products?
Yeah, Locked and Knot. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so she's there also. So again, I don't see how people couldn't pass up this opportunity. It's a great opportunity. It's a great location next to Nike. That's all I can tell people. We're next to Nike.
Yeah, traffic. Exactly. Well, Katrina, if they need to be in touch with you, if they have questions, should they go to the website, hit you up on Facebook? What should they do?
The best way to reach me is through Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Facebook Messenger, or you could go to kbarfarm.com, Kbar Farm Homestead on Facebook, and that is me also. So I respond to messages on the Homestead page for both the Inlet and Tanger Outlet. But come to me personally, KatrinaOwen.com on Katrina Owen on Facebook, and let's get you hooked up. It's a great opportunity, and there's no contracts. You are committing yourself to days if you are working it, but otherwise, we don't want anybody in our shop who doesn't want to be here. So if you realize after 2 to 3 months that, you know what, this isn't working out, this isn't for you, you are free to leave. We're not going to hold you to anything, because we don't want you here if you don't want to be here. Mm-hmm. Right. And if you are a store representative, you you are the front line to everybody's brand in the store. And so we want happy, jolly people who smile. That's what we want.
All right. Well, you're certainly selling a smile today, and thank you so much. Really do appreciate all the information about this new, I call it the business venue, K-Bar Farms, and of course, she can be found on the networkconnects.com as always. So thank you so much, Katrina. Good luck.
Thank you very much, April. You have a wonderful day.
All right, you as well. All right. So now we're going to bring on Tashana Valentine. She has something that's really, really creative, really cute, called the Gray Pineapple. And I saw someone post something about this on Facebook, and I was like, I got to have her on this show. So Tashana, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you? Afternoon or
I'm
evening?
doing great. This evening. Yeah, how are you? It's already dark. Yeah, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, thank you.
All right, so tell us about the Gray Pineapple.
All right. Well, the Gray Pineapple is a small business, and I sell handmade items. Most of the items are crocheted, but I also make handmade earrings from polymer clay.
All right. So, do you have some of the items that you have actually made? You say you've been crocheting for what, 20 years?
Yes, ma'am. I've been crocheting for 20 years. My grandma, she taught me, and but I've only been in business for 5 years. And I was just inspired by someone. I read an article where they started a small business, so I started taking these free small business classes, and it just made me think about the things that I could do and what kind of business that I could start. So that's
right.
Yeah, but I have this is a pair of handmade earrings. Okay. And here's another pair.
Very nice detail around the edges.
Thank you. And some of the items that I crochet are hats and ear warmers. So here's one ear warmer.
Ear warmer. So how do you wear that? You just pull it down over your head and it kind of wraps around your head?
Yep, just like a headband.
Nice. Okay. Very nice.
And here's another one.
Oh, that's real cute. Now, Tashana, you should be modeling this for us. You should have slipped one on so that we can see what it looks like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a hat. This is called
it actually looks like a pineapple.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And is that how you came up with the name Gray Pineapple?
Well, gray is one of my favorite colors. So that's where gray came from. And I really like pineapples. I think they're cute. So,
they are cute. Pineapples are good too. Yeah, they're really cute.
Yeah. And then here's their hat.
Oh, that is really cute. That's really cute. So you have your merchandise available on Etsy as well, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on Etsy, and I also have a Facebook page. It's also the Gray Pineapple, and I'm also on Instagram under the Gray Pineapple.
Okay, all right. Using social media, using Etsy, and you're just doing your thing with the crochet. I'm so impressed with the crochet work. I mean, that is some incredible handwork, and I'm going to be on Etsy shopping in a little while. I know my daughter says she wants a hat as well. So I definitely want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about your merchandise and to let us know who you are. So again, you're Tashana Valentine, owner of the Gray Pineapple, and your merchandise can be found on Etsy. And also anyone who wants to connect with you, they can get you via social media, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Tashana, for being here today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Have a great Christmas.
Thanks. You too.
All right. All right. So now I'm going to bring up Shayla Gore Livingston. She is the owner of Diva Luxe Designs. And Ms. Shayla, how are you doing? You're muted.
Okay.
All right, there you go. All right.
I've been doing this all day. I should know to unmute that microphone.
All right. So Diva Luxe Designs, tell us all about it.
Well, I started let's see, I got my business license on May the 1st, 2019. So that's when I officially started for the most part. But it's all things tumblers. I don't know why. I was just fascinated with cups at the time. So I figured I can do it on my own. And that's what I did. So we do custom tumblers, mugs. I've recently ventured into vinyl t-shirts and shirts, and now I'm going into sublimation designs and t-shirts and custom gifts. So I'm learning a little bit as we go along of what I like to do and what I like to add to my business. So that's what I'm
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting that like Tashana, you found, you know, that thing that you're most interested in and you've turned that into a business venture. And so that means it's a lot of fun. It probably feels more like fun instead of work, right?
It does. Yeah, it does. It's, you create something pretty that somebody else is going to give to somebody else. So that's a good feeling.
Exactly. So I understand that for Christmas orders, we've already surpassed the deadline for anyone to order from you for Christmas, but they can get gift certificates, right?
Yes, you can.
There we go.
You can. Yeah, Christmas orders, tumblers are a process. So it usually takes about 10 to 15 business days to make one. So it's not something you just make overnight. It takes some time. And especially if I have to design something, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So I don't want to cut anybody's orders short trying to rush and get a whole bunch of orders out for Christmas. I just went ahead and did a deadline on December the 1st so that it gets quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
So I did go ahead and invest in some gift certificates. So those are available. If you want to give someone a tumbler or a t-shirt or whatever monetary value you want to put on it, it's here and available for you to do that.
All right. So the primary way to get in touch with you is through your Facebook page?
That's the primary way. 2021, we'll be opening up an Etsy shop. That's the goal. That's Facebook or Instagram.
All right. Absolutely. So is there anything else you'd like for people to know? Do you have any merchandise you want to show?
I do. Okay, so we talked, here's some tumblers. Here's the child size cup. Here is coffee mug.
I like that.
Business. And these are, everything is stainless steel. I only work with stainless steel and double wall tumblers. So the Yeti style tumblers. I also, well, here's another one. These were my pretty colors. This is a thermos.
That is
lipstick, but it is a thermos. You can drink.
It's too cute. It looks like a tube of lipstick.
Yeah. And I also do the hand placed stones. So this is a bling tumbler.
Hand places in, you place all of those stones?
I placed all of these stones on.
Wow.
This is not a 10 to 15 business days. This is about 15 to 25 business days.
Right.
But yeah,
beautiful.
Hand placed stones. So these are available on special order. We have masks. So this is an actual photograph. This is my stepson. A photograph. This is a sublimation project. Custom pillows. This is also a sublimation project. Photos. So all occasion gifts for the most part. I also do t-shirts. So this is one I made for a virtual Christmas party. So there's nothing that I won't try. I'll put it that way. I'll let you know if there's something that I can't do. If I can figure it out, I'll figure it out.
All right. So we have Shayla Gore Livingston, owner of Diva Luxe Designs. And if you're interested in finding out more about what she has to offer, you can go to her Facebook page, and there is the link here at the bottom. She's also listed on the networkconnects.com. And I tell you that I have ordered t-shirts or two from Shayla, and I have my eye on a mug and a couple other things. And I'm looking at that lipstick. That is so cute. So y'all gonna have all my money. I'm telling you, everything here tonight, I got to get something. So thank you so much, Shayla. I really appreciate you being here, and definitely some great Christmas gift ideas, or even, anytime ideas, really.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Shayla. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Okay, so next I'm going to bring up Miss Michelle Nicole Kelly. Miss Michelle, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How's it going?
Going good, going well. How are you?
All right. Yes, thank you so much for being here tonight. You have the, I think it's Seductive Sexy Wear, actually. Is that the name?
Yes, ma'am. Seductive Sexy Wear. Yes.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about what you have to offer.
Well, we started this company in 2016. We started with lingerie first. And as we grew in the business, our products started to grow more. So now we do dresses, we do jumpsuits, we do coats. New thing we got out now is designer t-shirts. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm gonna actually kind of, yeah.
We got a new thing, Santa Little Helper t-shirts. So we started that, and our t-shirts are online with everything else that you see back here. This is one of our dress collection. I'm gonna have to take it up so you can see. A nice poetic dress. Long sleeve dress you could wear with a nice long boot. And then we also have our two-piece, because it's getting cold outside, ladies.
So what is that, a jumpsuit? What is that?
It's a jacket with the pants.
Yes, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Our two-piece set and our shirt to go with it. Stay nice and warm. Mm-hmm. And then we also have our nice one-piece jumpsuits as well. We have that as well for our customers. And we also got into, it's getting cold, coats.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
So we have nice different kind of coats.
So Michelle, what sizes do you typically carry?
First, we started small, medium, and large. And we had entered into the flea market in Florence, and we saw that our women's are a little bit, how we say, voluptuous like me. So we expanded to our plus size collection.
Okay.
So we go all the way from size small all the way to like a 3X.
Awesome. You have something for everybody then.
Yes, we have something for everybody, slim, curvy, professional, everyone.
All right. And if they want to see what you have, they can go to the sexyseductivewear.com to see your current inventory.
Yes, ma'am. www.seductivesexywear.com, or if you want to be personal, to my personal page, Michelle Kelly. That's my personal page, or you can go to my business page, is Seductive Sexy Lingerie. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Well, since this is a family show, I know we couldn't show the lingerie that you have, but if
no, actually, I can. We can show
you got some PG stuff.
Yes, I got some PGs. We got some. Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's PG. That'll work.
Nice. Yeah, we can show this. Yes, that'll work.
Okay. Yeah, cute PJs.
Yes, and then we have
like a little leopard print or something like that.
Yeah, and then we have another set. Okay. Nice little gown in the robe.
Yes, nice little Christmas.
Little Christmas gift. Yes.
Well, I think it's all fabulous, Michelle, and and of course, my cousin has purchased from you before. She's very pleased with what she's purchased, and I knew you were working on the plus size line, so I'm gonna have to hit up the website, see what you have.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but I do appreciate you being here tonight. And again, I'm gonna throw up put your website up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Sexywear.com. You can also find her on Facebook if you need. And let me tell you, Michelle will question you. She will ask you what size, when you need it.
Hey,
customer service is great.
You know I got my measure.
She came in with her tape measure. She sure did. She came in with the tape measure to make sure she was getting your
right
measurements. That's right. She certainly did. And yes, everything was great. So thank you. It was a great experience.
Yes,
Again, it's Seductive Sexy Wear. Michelle Nicole Kelly is the owner. And if you need clothing items, jumpsuits to lingerie, just see her. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. So before we actually get to Christmas decorations, I have one more feature, and this is royalty head wraps. And so we're going to bring on Kim Clara, who is the owner of Royalty Head Wraps, and she is going to talk a little bit about, what she has to offer. And I was here a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week or two, and was having some technical difficulties. So I wanted to invite her back so that she could talk a little bit about her head wraps. Hey, Kim, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
All right. So tell us about Royalty Head Wraps.
Royalty Head Wraps started due to the pandemic. I had to find a way to support my foundation, and head wraps and masks were it.
Head wraps and masks. Again, born out of COVID, I'm telling you. So
born out of COVID.
Born out of COVID, that's right. So I have seen, of course, images or pictures of your designs, and you also offer tutorials on how you can actually style the head wraps. So tell us a little bit about that. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do one for you right quick, a real simple one. Comb this back a little bit.
All right. She's even willing to mess up her hair to show us.
I'm gonna do a jersey one, which is really simple.
Okay.
And jerseys, the material is really soft, and you want to make sure it's even on each side. And you're going to cross it up like so, and just go around. Oh man, I can't get it. Let me see. And bring it around, and you smooth out your material to make your sides smooth. And then you just tuck your ends.
Now you made that look super.
That's simple.
That's too cute.
And that's it.
That is too cute. So anyone who's interested in that jersey wrap, they can purchase that from you?
Yes. They're all on my Facebook page. And they're all a part of the buy one, get one that's going on my Facebook page as well.
Okay, awesome. And so I know you said that this was born out of COVID, but I know that you also offer some great fabrics other than just the jersey wrap. You have
correct. We have African prints as well.
Yeah, now we have Black History Month coming up in February, so that's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
African prints, and then this is the mask.
So it's like a matching set.
Matching sets. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. And I also have the scrub caps up there as well.
And it's definitely necessary to protect your hair when you're wearing.
So I did a box set for Christmas.
Okay.
To protect your hair from the cotton ones, especially the jersey ones, not so much, but the cotton ones, you really need to put on a not a scrub cap. What is it? What I want to say? I don't forget. You want to put on a little cap.
Okay.
Stocking caps. Stocking caps to protect your hair from drying out. And you might want to put, if you have natural, because I was natural until just yesterday. But prior to, you can always put in your products too, and then just cover. You put a moisturizer in it, and just cover your arm with the stocking cap, and then do your wrap.
All right. So you were telling us about the box sets you have for Christmas.
Yeah, I created box sets for Christmas. It has the matching mask, the head wrap. They also come with a T-shirt, and then I coordinated earrings, and some will even have bracelets in them. So the whole outfit pretty much. And all you had to do was add your pants.
Well, that's awesome. It really is. And so if they want to order from you or want to see your inventory, they should go to your social media page.
Yes, they should go to Kim Clora on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, Kim Clora on Facebook and Instagram. And I believe that I was on that page today, and I believe you do have a tutorial video on the page that shows you how to do the head wrap. So you'll get more than just the merchandise. You'll also get an education on how to make it happen. So Kim, it was great having you here tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. And of course, Kim will be found on the networkconnects.com. If you have any questions for her, you want to reach her, we'll link her through that website as well to her pages. So thanks so much, Kim. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Have a good one.
All right. You too. All right. And so, of course, you've seen all kinds of great Christmas gift ideas from some amazing entrepreneurs. And I actually had, tonight was the night for ladies. Okay. It was ladies' night. And I had one gentleman who was actually going to show us something, but he is going to be on our next segment, probably give us something a little bit after Christmas. And I think that's great that we have the opportunity to showcase these Black-owned and Black-operated businesses so that you'll know where they are, number one, but also what they have to offer. And especially now, if you're still doing your Christmas shopping, you're hearing some great Christmas gift ideas. Even if you have to order it now and it comes after Christmas, we still have some fabulous vendors that we can support. So make sure you support everyone who was shown here tonight. That information is going to be on the website, and I'll also put it in the network group. So now I am very honored to add to the stream Miss Donna Reed. Hi, Donna. How are you?
Hi, April. Great. How are you? Oh my gosh.
I'm doing well.
April, I was actually backstage. It said backstage on my screen, but I don't know what happened. I got like blacked out. So guess what? This is preparing me for Oprah's green room. So I would accept that tonight.
Yes. That is awesome. It's definitely preparing you for that.
Yes. So, I'm like, I feel like I'm sitting in a green room.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, you know what? We're practicing for the real thing. We already talked about it, spoken into existence, right? We're going to make it happen.
Amen.
Well, Donna, you look fabulous tonight. You look like Christmas.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, April.
Yes. So you are going to talk to us about, something that is a passion of yours that you've now turned into a business venture. And this is the only business that you own, but it is the one that you're concentrating on right now. So it's a little bit about DLR.
Hi, guys. My name is Donna Lennon Reed, and my business is DLR, Creative Decorative Home Designs. And I specialize in porches, patios, decks, outdoor living space. I started this business, actually, I've been doing this for a really long time. I didn't share that with you, April. I've always had a fascination with being outside, with outdoor living. First of all, I love to entertain, and I would do it. I would invite so many people. I didn't have enough space in my house, so I would take it on the outside. So my friends and my family would come over, and they were like, oh my God, this is so beautiful on the outside. So I had a passion for it years and years ago, but God birthed it in me during the pandemic. Yes. So I've only been in business now. DLR Creative Decorative Home Design has only been in business for 9 months, I believe, because I think I started in April.
Yeah, exactly. And I started noticing some things, and it seemed like you were just kind of doing it, it's like maybe even like a hobby. And I was like, this is interesting because, I know that Donna has a salon, Dare to Be Different, in Georgetown. As a matter of fact, you just want to say that. Shouts out to Georgetown because that's where you are. But then you got into the decor, and I said, well, is she transitioning? What is she doing? And you're doing it all, which I think is wonderful.
Yes.
I think it's wonderful. Yeah. So, what I wanted you to talk about today, of course, holiday decorations, seasonal decorations, which since you've been doing it for a few months now, you've kind of gone through a couple of seasons.
I have.
And, now we're here at Christmas, and I know you're having a lot of fun decorating. I see you got Santa behind you and
yes.
and all of that. So, what are some things that people can think about as they try to create these, I guess, holiday or seasonal, decor ideas in their minds? What are some things they can think about?
think about lights, lights, and more lights. Think about lanterns. Think about what's been hard for us this year. I am gonna share this. One of our things that we ran into this year was the challenge was being able to actually locate a lot of holiday decor. You know, like after Christmas or the new year or after
Yes.
Christmas, the stores normally have a lot of things online, but this year there's been limited amount of
noticed that
Christmas
too.
decor that we can find. So my last client, me and my husband, this is our business. Our last client is actually on tomorrow because we just had a time locate some of the items that we use for holiday decor. I've never seen this before because I've always had a fascination with Christmas decor. Anyway, I did it every year from my own home. So having a business now, I realized it was very hard this year to actually locate a lot of these decor for outdoor living or someone's front porch or back porch or patio or whatever.
So how many homes have you decorated? How many, exteriors have since
Wow,
COVID?
what's interesting, April, is when I started out and I made it where I went out and I actually I did a promotion and I actually just went out and did some homes. I wanted to get my name out there, so I actually did some homes like back in the springtime. I think I did it for as a promotion where I just kind of gave it away. They had to pay for the actual decor, and I actually went in and I just decorated. But it's been, I don't even know, April. God has been good to us. I don't know, between spring, fall, and Christmas, it's been quite a few.
Yes.
God has been really good to us. Yes.
Well, you know what? I think that's a good thing when you can't keep up.
I can't.
That's a good thing when you're
I know
like,
my
wait a
last
minute.
one is tomorrow. I do know that. I know my last one is tomorrow, but we started right after Thanksgiving, like the day after, I believe that Friday or that Saturday, and we've been nonstop. We've been working really between the two businesses 7 days a week. So we've been working on Sundays for the last few weeks.
Wow. So yeah, you're just very driven.
Yes,
so
I am.
Talk a little bit about the client experience. So if I wanted you to decorate my home or to decorate, the exterior of my home, let's say it was a front porch, how do you go about, consulting with me so that we can create an experience on my front porch?
What I do is I come out to your home and me and my husband, and we do a consultation. He's just coming aboard with doing the consultations because that was my job. But I need him to measure things and to hang things. So we'll come out together, we'll do a consultation. And one of the things that your everyday living, like, do you have children? Do you have a dog? Do you have? I mean, your personality. So what I do is each and every decor that I do, or a front porch, or we decorate, it's normally to suit the client's personality or their everyday living. If they have animals, if the dog is gonna eat that, if the cat is gonna, so those are some of the things. But actually the first step is actually contacting us, and we come out and we do a consultation and we go from there.
So no project is too small or too large.
No.
I bet.
No. We started out, April. Listen, this is so interesting because we started out with I think on our first house, my first Christmas decor. This client actually, we did her front porch, we did her back porch, she has a porch, there's another like patio area in her garage area. So
wow,
that has been our biggest job, and it was so much fun. She was awesome to work with. It was just so much fun. I think in the back I created like was it Winter Wonderland or the North Pole theme? So I love themes. Everything I do, there's a theme, there's a reason behind it. So yes.
So a couple other things, because I want people to understand that if you are booking a professional to create a decorative home experience for you, just like she said, she's going to consult with you about, what your interests are, what dynamics you have in your household, but also, she's going to let you know what's available and what you can do as far as the elements that you can include in the design. So thinking about doing it, I know one of the things that we talked about is actually establishing a budget. Make sure that you have some ideas of how much you want to spend And then, Donna was, letting me know that basically, she's learning along the way, and she's able to tell you what she can do for the budget that you have to offer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's important for people to know,
Yes, that's very important for people to know. That's the first thing. You're right. That happens with the consultation. I find out what your budget is, and then we go from there. But I basically can create a front porch from start at $600. That's for the decor and not for labor, but just for a little small porch. And $1,000. So I don't want it
because I've seen you do some pretty magnificent homes.
I mean, it just it depends on, but no job is too small. If you want something for $200 or there's a front, you have like a small part on your porch, or no job is too big or too small for us to do. So do not be intimidated by price. Just give us a call for consultation, and we work with budgets. We do.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. Donna, I have your Facebook page up. If anyone to take a look at some of her designs, and do you do interiors? Are you going to get into interiors, or primarily exterior?
We do. It's funny you mentioned that. We do interior. I had a job. My first job was in Colombia. We do travel. I went to Colombia and I did inside someone's home. And that was my first experience of not family, doing someone's home who wasn't family. And it turned out great. Because of the pandemic, we're very careful of going into people's home now. And we run into a lot of situations where people say, well, we'll wait till the kids are grown and we'll get you in, or the kids are out of the house. Oh no, we don't want to do this right now. So that's an option. You can, we will come out and do inside your home also.
Well, I tell you, Donna, I'm excited for you, and I think it's absolutely exquisite. It is stylish. She can take an ordinary looking porch and make it look like $1 million. And when I was seeing the before and after pictures, I'm like, what imagination and creativity you have to use in order to just transform someone's living space into something that they probably never dreamed of before. Yes. So I think it's wonderful. It's a gift. Creativity to me is a gift. I mean,
it is. It definitely is.
Everyone isn't creative, but it's great that you too have found something that you enjoy and you're able to create some magnificent experiences. And is that your porch? Someone else's porch?
It is. I'm sitting on my own porch. Yes.
On your own porch?
Yes, I am. And
I love it.
Everything is lighting up. You guys can't see everything, but it's lighting up. We have the palm tree lit up in the yard. We got a lot going on. I have drapes here. So I do have a little bit of privacy on my front porch because I add drapes on there. So
add drapes to a porch.
Yes, I do. So yes, it's exciting. Yes. And it's a pretty good evening. It feels really good out here tonight. So yes.
Well, you know what? I think it's wonderful that you're able to create these experiences, such beautiful decor, and I definitely wanted to feed you this Christmas show. And again, if you're thinking about decorating your home, of course, she's doing exteriors, a beautiful job, and willing to do interiors, and with consultation and to talk to you about what your needs are and your wants. Just be in touch with Miss Donna Reed. She's the owner of DLR Creative Decorative Home Designs.
Yes.
Also owns Dare to Be Different Salon, all in the Georgia. Yes. Yes. And it is so amazing to see you this evening. Thank you so much for being with me,
April.
With us. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you for giving me this platform. You're amazing. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Donna. I appreciate you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone. So we've wrapped up a very long segment for today of Christmas gift ideas and just things for you to think about as you are moving into your new season of entrepreneurship. We talked to K-Bar Farms. They have vendor space if you're interested. And I think it's awesome because they're able to offer it out of Inlet Square Mall and really soon out of Tanger Outlets. We've heard from some dynamic entrepreneurs who've come up with some very creative ideas. And we've heard all of them say that they've created all of this or birthed all of this out of the COVID experience. So they've really taken this downtime to just think about like the next level, because I think COVID caught us all off guard and we're all trying to figure out, well, what do we do next? You know, what happens if we don't recover from this? Well, there's always something. And so if you are thinking about your talents and where your gifts are, but also just what you're naturally interested in, you never know what you can create as a potential business owner. And so again, all of these businesses are featured on the networkconnects.com. Of course, as I said before, that is our Black business directory, connecting businesses to communities. And you can go to that site if you are a Black owned or Black operated business and you want to add your business listing to the website. It's real easy. Just go to the contact page or click on any of the red boxes that you see around the website and complete the form. And we will add that information to the website really soon. So I just thank everyone for joining me tonight. We had some amazing people here. Thank Dr. Winston D. McIver Jr., Welcome Our Primary Care, for the COVID-19 update. And I don't know if we're broadcasting for Christmas, but we will be back with more COVID updates, real soon. And if you have any questions after the broadcast, you can always attach your questions to the thread. These videos are usually posted on Facebook for the long term. And then we also have a YouTube page. So if you will, I would appreciate it if everyone would go to the Network Connects, just search the Network Connects on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see or get a link to this particular broadcast if you want to share it. But also you can see all of our broadcasts from the past 8 or 9 months that we have been running the network live, all of the topics that we've covered, everything that is actually attached to this particular platform. And I just want to thank everyone for sticking around with us tonight. I hope you all have a safe weekend. Remember, mask up, wash your hands, stay distant, and let's get rid of this COVID. Rona's got to go, honey. We got to get on with Christmas and the holidays in 2021. She's got to go. So if everyone does their part, then we certainly can move on beyond this pandemic. So I hope that everyone has a beautiful night, beautiful weekend. God bless, and we'll see you again next week.